Today we are going to look at adding and subtracting with regrouping. This is my page 6. Today's date is September 5th. So on your table of contents, adding and subtracting with regrouping. Remember to pause this video as you need to. So on my next blank page, I have titled it Adding and Subtracting with Regrouping. Go ahead and pause this video and title your note page. First, we're going to look at adding, then next we'll look at subtracting. First, we'll use an example where we do not have to regroup, then we'll work with a larger number where we will have to regroup. So all of you should have an idea of how to add things together and how to subtract things or take things away. Regrouping is something where we have to take from or give to the next largest place in order to continue through adding and subtracting a larger number. Whenever we are working with larger numbers, we should always line up the numbers according to place value. That is our very first step. Line up the numbers according to place value. So in other words, when we're adding two or more numbers together, we want to make sure that the ones are all in line with each other, the tens are all in line with each other, and so on. Our second step is to start at the smallest place. Which will always be our ones place when we're working with whole numbers. Okay, let's dive into an example. So first I'm going to use an example of adding two two-digit whole numbers. My first number is 45, which you know consists of 5 ones, 4 tens. I want to add it to the number 13, which represents 3 ones, 1 10. Now, following my steps, I first took my two numbers and lined them up. As you can see, the 5 and the 3 that are both in the ones place of my number are lined up together. My tens place, the digit 4, the digit 1, are also lined up. Now, adding or subtracting, we want to start at the smallest place. Here, it is our ones place. We have a 5 and a 3. We want to add those together. So I'm just going to show you to the side. If I have 5 ones and I want to add 3 more, you can see that I have 8 altogether. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to write that 8 in the ones column where I was working. Now I'm going to move on to my tens place. I have 4 tens plus 1 more 10. Altogether, I have 5 tens. I'm going to write that digit 5 in the tens column, lining everything up. Here I can see my answer, or the sum of 45 plus 13 equals 58, or 5 tens and 8 ones. Let's look at a bigger number. Here I have 1,459, and I want to add it to 2,624. Notice again that I've lined my numbers up based on the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands place. Okay, just to show you, I have set up 9 ones plus 4 more ones. Well, if I add 9 and 4, what do I get? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, think about what 13 is. 13 is a group of 10, so I'm going to take this one here and put this together to make a group of 10 and 3 ones. So here I'm going to write the digit 3 that is in the ones place below my ones column. Then I'm going to take this group of 10 ones and I'm going to give it to my tens place. So therefore I have 110, 3 ones, 13. 9 plus 4 is 13. Now I can move over to my tens column. One plus 5 is 6, plus 2 more, 8. Now this shows me that I have 8 tens. I don't have to regroup in this case. So I'm going to move over to my next place, my hundreds place. Here I have 4 hundreds plus 6 hundreds. What is 4 plus 6? You can count on if needed. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, if I have a group of 10 hundreds, that is the exact same thing as having 1,000. If I gave you 10 $100 bills, you would have $1,000. So if I thought of the number 10, I'm going to write that 0 in the hundreds column and then take that 1 and carry it over to my next place. I'm regrouping. I'm taking a group and moving it over to my next place. Now I'm left with my my thousands place. 1 plus 1 is 2, plus 2 more is 4. So the sum of my numbers is 4,083. Just to remind myself that we were adding on these, I'm just going to highlight that plus sign. Now let's look at an example of subtraction. First, I'm going to start off with a smaller number. So here I have 64. I want to subtract 42. Starting with my same rule, I'm lining those digits up based on their place value. All the ones are together, my tens are together. But this time we're taking away, we're subtracting. So let's start with our ones place. I have 4 ones minus 2 ones. Well, let's look at what that looks like. I have 4 ones. If I want to take away 2 of those, how many am I left with? 2. Now let's move on to my tens place. I have 6 tens, take away 4 tens. So here I have 6 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And I want to take away 4. How many am I left with? 2 tens. That digit 2 goes in my tens place. This 2 in the tens place shows me that I have 20. So the difference between 64 and 42 is 22. Let's try with a larger number this time. I'm actually going to take these numbers and flop them. So here I have 2,624. I want to subtract 1,459. Again, I am subtracting. Take a moment and see if you can solve this one on your own. Try to scoot this down a little bit for you guys. There we go. All right, so starting with my step one, I've lined them up based on their place. Each digit has a place. I've lined them up. So step two, I'm going to start at my smallest place. So in this number here, I'm going to start at my ones place. Let's think about this. This is 4 subtract 9. Be careful. I can't turn these around like I could with addition. They have to stay in this order. What this is saying is that I have 4 of something, but I need to subtract 9. Well, I can't do that. If I only have 4, I can't take 9. If I have 4 cookies, I couldn't eat 9. I don't have enough. So what I'm going to have to do is ask my neighbor, my tens place here, if I can borrow some of his or take some of his. So that's what I'm going to do. My tens place is going to give me a group of tens. Remember that 110 is the same as 10 ones. So this 2 here, representing 2 groups of 10, is going to change to just one group of 10 because he's going to give the place a group of 10. So we have 10 ones and 1 10. So if I do that, let's look at these place value blocks. I had my 4. My neighbor gave me 10, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Well, as you can see, now I have enough to take 9 away. So let's do that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. I took 9 away. How many am I left with? I am left with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That 5 goes in the ones place. That's the idea of regrouping. You're looking, if you need to take some because you don't have enough up top, you're going to look to your next largest place and you're going to take one of their groups. So now let's take a look at our tens place. Remember, he gave some of himself away. So now he only has one group of 10. But this is telling us that we need to take 5 away. Well, if we know that we have 110, we can't take 5 tens away. I can't pay for something that's $50 if I only have $10. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go to my next largest place and ask him if I can borrow one of their groups. Okay. So here we have 600s. Well, remember, if he gives me one, that's like giving me 10 tens. Okay. So I'm going to cross the 6 out and make it a 5 because he now has 5 hundreds because he gave the tens place one of his groups. So now I do have enough. I have 11 tens. I need to take away 5. What is 11 subtract 5? It is 6. Now I can move on to my next place. I have 500s left after he gave the tens place some. So 500s minus 400. 5 minus 4, which leaves me with 1. I didn't have to ask my neighbor for anything. I had enough this time. And then last I can look at my largest place. 2 minus 1 leaves me with 1. So my difference is 1,165.